So first gear, second, third. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Chris from Fast Cars Life. Hey, today I'm going to do just a quick video on a slap shift style detent plate that I installed in the Project JPS Camaro. I made a video 3 or 4 months ago, maybe a little bit longer, where I installed the first style slap shifter detent plate. And I mistakenly used the term ratchet shifter, and I was incorrect. And the reason I know that is a very nice guy by the name of Dan Janes, who has a manufacturing company. In fact, it's called DPJ Manufacturing. Well, Dan manufactures a style of slap shift detent plate called the True Slap plate. So Dan messaged me on YouTube and said, "Hey Chris, I just want to let you know that I think what you're talking about, you're using the term ratchet shifter, but what you're really talking about is a slap shift style plate." So Dan was kind enough to educate me on that, and I think I went back and fixed the title of that video. But Dan was also kind enough to say, "Hey, would you like me to send you one of our detent plates so you can compare it to what you have?" And I said, "Sure, absolutely." So Dan went ahead and sent me one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick install right now and show you the differences between a standard style, the style that I had in there before, and Dan's detent plate. So let's get going. It should be a quick install, quick video. All right, so we're in the car and we have the, this is not the original shifter. This is a different manufacturer's slap shift style shifter. So let me show you how this one functions. And I will show you the difference between the two once we get get it out of the car. So right now we're in park. So normally you pull the handle up, and then that is reverse, and then that is neutral right there, and then you'll pull it down into drive. Now it's in drive and it's locked in drive. If you're going to use it as a slap shift style shifter, you're going to pull it up and then go all the way down into first gear. Now when you're shifting from first to second, you need to hold the handle up. And then what that's going to do is when you go into second, it's going to hit onto the detent so that it stays in second and you don't go into drive. You have to then let go of the handle, and then you're going to go into third gear or drive gear right there. And that is basically going to stop you from going into neutral accidentally. And then back into park. All right, let's go ahead and get this old detent out. It's pretty simple. There are just 2 bolts in it. As I'm reading the instructions on the new True Slap detent plate, I guess there are some models of cars that could have some sort of a rivet in there, so it might be a little bit more difficult to get it out. Mine just has 2 bolts, one right there and another right up in the front down there. So we're going to start with this back one, and it's easiest if it's in neutral. I mean, I'm sorry, it's easiest if it's in park. So it's just a 7/16. So we're just going to go ahead and loosen that. All right, there's one. And then it's usually easiest if you take it all the way down into first gear to get to the other one. And it is now out. Okay, now that we have the detent out of the car, I wanted to show you the differences. Now this style detent right here, though it's not the original detent that was in the car, this one's actually for a 3-speed transmission. The original transmission in the car was a 2-speed power glide, so it wouldn't have these 2 steps here. It would basically just have drive and low. So this is what was in there originally. This is the first slap shift style detent that I put in. The difference, as you can see, is the hook on the True Slap is much longer. And the reason I think this is going to work a little bit better is when you use this as a slap shift style shifter on the one that I just removed out of the car, when you pull the handle up, there's a bar that rides in this slot right here, and this is the park slot. So when you pull up on the handle, the bar raises up, and that allows you to pull down, and now the bar will drop in. Now you're in neutral, or I'm sorry, now you're in reverse, and then this drops down, and this is in neutral, and then this is your drive slot right here. So that's third gear or drive. Now, in order to get it down to first, you pull the bar back up, and then you pull the bar again, and now you're down in first. So the way this detent functions is to go from first to second, you're going to pull that handle, you're going to pull the bar back up, and it's going to come up and ride along the top here. When you're ready to shift from first to second gear, you're going to hold the bar. Now, by holding the bar, when you push it, when you slap it or push it from first to second gear, the bar is going to travel up and get caught on this hook right here. And that's when it's going to prevent you from going in all the way from first gear into third gear or drive gear. So you're going to then let the bar go. The bar will then drop down to here. You're still in second gear. So now when you slap it, you're going to push it up and the bar is going to hit here and drop back down, and now you're in drive. And that's what's going to prevent you from going from, second to neutral. The difference here is on the True Slap shifter, that hook is a lot longer. So when you're all the way down in first gear, you don't need to hold the bar up to ride up against here. You can leave it down. So literally you're going to actually just slap it from first to second. That bar is going to travel up. It's going to hit this hook. You're now in second gear, and it's going to drop down on its own. So you're still in second gear. Now you just hit that slap again, and you're going from second to third gear. And that's the difference between the functionality of this style slap shifter and the True Slap. All right. Now let's get the True Slap detent installed. Basically just the reverse of the process of taking the old one out. All right, we've got it all installed. Now let's check the functionality. So right now we are in park. So that is reverse. That is neutral. That is drive. That is second. That is first. So basically, now all we have to do from first gear, that is second gear, that is drive. And that is neutral, reverse, and back to park. Now the one thing that it turned out I had to do is I had to go in and adjust this bolt right here. There's actually a slot right here that is how you adjust the shifter and how far the cable moves back and forward. I just had to adjust it just slightly because when I was all the way down in drive, it wasn't sitting all the way in the notch of the shifter. So I had to adjust it just a little bit. But basically that's park, reverse, neutral, drive. And you can actually go with this shifter from drive to second without pulling the handle up. So that is drive or third gear. That is second gear. Pull the handle up all the way down to first. And then one more time, you're in first gear. That's second gear. That's drive right there. That's all you got to do is slap it. All right, so the shifter detent is installed, and now we're going to go ahead and go on our test drive. Safety first. Okay, ready to go. So as usual, we're in park. You got to pull the lever up. First notch is reverse. You don't have to pull the lever to go down into neutral. And then now you're in drive. So once you're in drive, there's no need to pull the lever. Now you're in second. Now you pull the lever and you go down into first gear. So now we're in first. So now we can go ahead and leave, and then I'll show you how you can literally just slap it up to get into second and then into third. So here we go. Second, third, or drive. And that's it. The one thing that I can say that I need to get used to is in the other detent plate, it was actually locked in drive or in third gear. So I got used to resting my hand on here, and what'll happen if you do rest your hand on here is it'll go down to second if you pull hard enough. So let's go again. So first, second, third. Simple as that. I think it's just a matter of getting used to, you know, not resting my hand on there. It was probably a bad habit. Now I just have to make sure that I'm pushing forward. If I put my hand on the shifter, make sure I'm pushing forward. But again, first to drive to second gear, pull the lever up all the way down in first. Get it straightened out here. So first gear, second, third. Simple as that. I like it. I'm gonna have to get used to not resting my hand on there. But other than that, pretty simple, straightforward. I like the design. I pretty much think I'm gonna keep this one in here. I'm not gonna go back to the other one that I had in here before. I'm pretty happy with this. And if you do want to downshift, the advantage to the fact that it's not gated from third to second is you can just grab it and it'll downshift without having to pull the handle and then back to third. So that part I do like. Not that I'm going to be doing a lot of downshifting, but if you're on the freeway or you're going to pass, it's nice to be able to do that. And just be able to boom, and then back. We'll wrap it up here in a second. All right, well that about wraps it up. There is a difference between a slap shift style shifter and a ratcheting shifter. The slap shift style is the one that we just installed. Hope it was informational. Hope that can help you make a decision on a shifter if you're thinking about installing a ratchet or a slap shift style shifter in your ride. This one was manufactured by DPJ Manufacturing. Dan Janes, great guy. He was very helpful with this. I will put a link in the description. I'll put his information in the description if you guys are interested in ordering one of these detents for your ride. While I've got you, the new Stealth Patriot design we've got available in sweatshirts, t-shirts, v-necks. There's a bunch of stuff on our Amazon shop. It's available. We have both Chevy models, different models of Chevrolet, Ford, and Mopar. So check those out. I'll also put a link in the description for that. You can also find those links on our Instagram and Facebook pages. So, hey, check us out on Instagram and Facebook and follow us there as well. Do us a favor, and if you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up, subscribe so you know the next time we start taking stuff apart, and go ahead and hit that notification bell so you know when that is. I do have a couple of videos coming up that are, everything obviously is all car related. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Again, I hope this helps. I hope these videos help. Post some comments. Let me know what you think of the video, of the car, of the detent for the shifter. Let me know some other things that you might want to see, because that's what I'm always looking for, is ideas on new videos to put out, and I'd rather put out stuff that you guys like. You can follow the Project JPS Camaro on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. Again, thanks very much for watching. Really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.